So, uh, we have new polls. We've had new polls come out, and I thought, what better to do than to look at them and apply them and see what we get. So we've already filled in the basic states, and I do want to say that Texas and Florida are not going anywhere. Colorado and New Mexico are not going anywhere. They are essentially safe, but numbers wise, they're not. So if it depends how you want to put it on a map. If you're going off, well, it's not going to shift, then so it must be safe, then you can do that. It's under 10, so I'm going to keep it like this. So if you're asking why is Ohio, why is Texas, why is Florida not deep red, that's why. So we've got the Super 7 states, which are going to decide the election, and we're going to head to the bowl. So Georgia is the first one. It is +2 for Trump in the five-way race, and there it's a tie in the two-way race. So, which I do think I really, really thought if any of these states were going to move because of Harris, I thought it would be Georgia. I really thought she'd have more of an impact than she has. And that's not to say she hasn't done, or she hasn't really improved in other states, but I really thought this was going to be the one that she improved a lot in with the black turnout, and she really hasn't. So you could put this as a tilt if you want. I think I'd put it as a lean, to be honest. 2%. So it's kind of up to your interpretation what you want to do with it, whether it's a lean or a tilt. I'd go to lean. So we're at 251. So Pennsylvania, and this is over. But we'll look at some others. We got a Montana election poll. That is unreal. And it's only +15. I really thought it was going to be more than that. Really thought it would be in the 20s. But +15 is. I know it's all the polls are swinging towards Harris at the moment, but really that's a little bit lower than I expected. It's not it's definitely not cause for concern, but it's maybe slightly closer than you'd think. Uh, Emerson going to Montana to do a election poll. They did a Senate one, so I guess sure. So we have direction of the country wrong track from CNBC. That's definitely correct. Congressional vote we have Wisconsin. So these are from Marquette. We also had a Telegraph poll. We've had Telegraph polls which aren't on RCP, but we will include them. And we are looking at a even split. But you look at the other polls: RMG Harris +3, Marquette Harris +1. You look at these other ones +2. Bloomberg. This was maybe the only accurate poll that Bloomberg did. Apart from that, they did an accurate Georgia one as well, but the Michigan one was insane. Fox only has Trump up by one over Harris, so yeah, not looking so good for Trump there at the moment. Will it swing back? Maybe. I'd say probably it would swing back, be close. I think Trump will. I personally, right now, I think he'd still pull it out, but you can certainly give that. You can give Wisconsin. Fine, sure. This is making the race a little bit more interesting if we ignore Pennsylvania. So we have New York polls, and so we've been through all of these. So we're going to go over to 538, and we're going to look at the Telegraph polls, which they didn't do one in Virginia, and no one's done one in Virginia for some time, which is really quite annoying because I would like to compare it. Uh, so Virginia really. So we have had no polls since Harris has had this rise. So it's I mean you can see here though Harris was +5. This was before she was the nominee. +5, +4, and then she becomes the nominee. It goes +4 to Trump and +1. I mean it just swings so far. So really, I'm still of the opinion it's tilting towards Trump. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but I still believe that that's the case. So we'll put that there. So we have, ignoring Pennsylvania, we have Nevada, which is even +1, +2, +2, +3. So really, this doesn't help at all. I'd still have Trump winning on a tilt because of his no tax on tips. I think that's going to make a big difference when people are putting the pen to the paper. and you've already hit 270, so maybe this isn't so close. Uh, but I really think that's going to make the difference. Again, though, I've changed that from I had it at a likely, and then it was a lean, and now it's a tilt, and it is moving. It's definitely moving, so it's worth keeping an eye on. More, we have the Telegraph poll that has Harris up by 1 in Arizona. So if we take the Bloomberg ones into account, which you could, I'd, I mean, maybe they were onto something because you look at all these other polls, they were the first ones to have Harris up, and we thought that was mental. And now even the Telegraph have gone from a +3 to a +1 for Harris. So okay, so you give that to Harris on a tilt, and now you're looking at 234. So okay, you're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere as Democrats. This is encouraging signs. Maybe closer to election day, it's going to be further away, but really, this is good right now. Michigan. So we have Michigan and Pennsylvania left. Michigan, I mean, this Harris poll is this Bloomberg having Harris up by 12. Oh my God. It's absolutely shocking how out of place this is. And the Telegraph have just compounded that by having their one at +1 and this other poll having it even. I mean, the polls are all over the place. My goodness. These are obviously against Newsom and Whitmer, but wow. Okay. So still think it's Trump. I think you have to completely ignore this Bloomberg one. It's so bad. So again, I'm thinking lean as well. I'm not even thinking tilt. I'm thinking lean. Well, it is at 1% here, but then it's at 3 on the previous Telegraph one, and I'm gonna have to assume that it's gonna bounce back. So I still think you might be looking at 300 for Trump here because Pennsylvania I think is only going one way, and while Harris might be up right now, I think it's only because of these polls that are included in this aggregate. And really, I think Shapiro +10. Well, that tells you everything you need to know in it about about Pennsylvania. We look at the Telegraph; they have Trump up. This Democrat poll has Trump up, and then the Republican poll has it even. So it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I'm inclined to say this is still leaning towards Trump. So really, you've narrowed Virginia maybe. You've gained in Wisconsin, maybe as a leakage from Minnesota, and then you're winning Arizona. You're still gonna need. I mean, you're gonna need Virginia. You're gonna need Michigan, and then you're gonna need even Nevada wouldn't be enough. You'd need Pennsylvania. So really, I mean, Virginia's your most likely one that you're gonna get. Wisconsin's your next most likely one. Michigan's your next most likely one, and then you're still not there. And that's giving you Arizona, which I think that's come out of nowhere. And then you'd be taking Pennsylvania, and this would be if you get the second district in Nebraska, which really no one knows what's going on there. And if you don't get that, it goes to the House and you lose. So really, you're gonna have to win. You're gonna have to win Pennsylvania. There's no question about it. There's no question. You have to win there. You're losing in Michigan by a lean margin right now. You're losing in Virginia by a tilt. Yes, you're winning Arizona. I don't think you're going to win Arizona for very long. I'm painting a very bleak picture, but it's for a reason. I really think, and I keep saying this, but I really think you're peaking here, and you're not gonna. It's not gonna get any better for you. So really, this is interesting times for the Democrats. I think they've sent this ticket out to die essentially, and yeah, I really don't think this is going to be a good election campaign for them, but we'll see. We'll see. Uh, Maybe they can hold on to Arizona and then hold on to Wisconsin and then take Michigan and then take Virginia back and then take Pennsylvania. But again, this is such a long shot. I really don't know if you're going to make that. If you think you are, then go ahead and believe it, and maybe you'll be right, but I'm not buying into it. I really think this is too much of a stretch for you to come back from. And Pennsylvania, I mean, the Republicans just need to pour resource into Pennsylvania and then maybe Michigan. And then you give Georgia, you give Nevada, you give Virginia, and you're at 269, 269, and that's given this district goes blue. Which if it doesn't, you win outright. If it does, you probably still win in the House. So again, really my position doesn't change on the Democrats. I don't think you improve really. I think this is just bad situation for you. And yeah, don't please remember to subscribe, guys. Even if you don't agree. Maybe if this is sustained, I'll come back. I'll come back, Democrats, and I'll maybe give you a little bit more uh respect in the race. But once again, right now, I'm really struggling to see it. I'm really struggling to see it, and I still think Trump gets 300 electoral votes. And if you can get him under 300, if you can sustain Arizona under the Harris bracket, then you hold that, you can hold on to Wisconsin, and then you start showing improvement in Virginia. Let's say a Virginia poll comes out, you're up by three. Okay, then right, then maybe we have a race, because then maybe you're looking at, okay, we've kind of forfeited Georgia a little bit. We kind of pulled out of there under Biden, and now it's kind of awkward. Whatever you do, but then you say, okay, we take Nevada and we take Pennsylvania, and suddenly we win. We don't even need Michigan, which is where she's doing, quite well. So look, it's not over, but right now I'm uh, certainly not confident for them still, and I really think Walls is a terrible pick, terrible pick. Whether it was her choice or Shapiro decided to not to come onto the ticket, or whether she actually thinks it's a really good idea, or the party's just throwing them out there to die and, go again in 28 when they're not running against Trump. I really don't know. But look, I think this is the situation right now, and we'll see.